Hey friends, welcome back to the channel and welcome to installment number 2 of 5 on Friday. So today we are going to talk about Chanel. If you are unfamiliar with my series here talking about 5 on Friday, it stems from starting in August. I chose 5 bags in my collection of what I had here in the apartment to use while we were in the second half of our renovation. Now, I never contemplated that I would only have those 5 handbags for that long, but I did. I did add some, obviously, as I shopped throughout the rest of the year, but I chose 5 bags to use during that time. And a question was asked during that time, okay, if those 5 bags were sufficient, why do you need more than 5? Which was a tremendous and very insightful question. So from that was born this series. So I am taking it brand by brand, and the idea is if I could only have 5 items in my collection. Now, obviously, when I did this back in August, I chose 5 bags, so I wasn't limiting myself to, 5 things to include SLGs and whatever. For the purposes of these videos, it's going to be 5 items. Sometimes there may be SLGs, sometimes there may not be SLGs. If I don't like any SLGs from the particular brand, then I probably won't include any, and it will be all bags. So, but the premise is that if I could only have 5 things in my collection, and it could only be from one brand, what would those items be? So like I said, today we're talking about Chanel. So let's find out the 5 items from Chanel that I would have in my collection if those are the only items I could have. So let's kick this off with the one that is probably abundantly obvious to any of you who follow my channel, and that is the classic card holder from Chanel. Sometimes I refer to it as the snap card holder. Sometimes I refer to it as the flap card holder. But it's the one, I believe on the website, they call it the classic card holder, which is probably inspired by the fact that the front looks like a classic flap, right? So you just have that traditional CC in the front. Mine, this particular one is in light gold hardware. This is the fuchsia pink from 24C. You open it up and it's got one big compartment back here and then a slip pocket that I am able to hold 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards up there, my license and basically my most used debit and credit card. It has a Mona Lisa sort of pocket on the back here. Generally don't use that except if we're like out driving for some reason when we have a car and maybe are at a parking garage or something and have a parking ticket. But you all know these are my absolute favorite. They are my favorite card holder of all time from any brand. So I do have many. I think I'm up to 6 now. But yeah, this would 100% be one of the 5 items that I had from Chanel. So next up might be a bag that you guys don't know that I own, and that is the Chanel Walk or Wallet on Chain. This one has been in storage, so you have not seen it. Mine, again, has the light gold hardware. Yeah, I think that's light gold. And mine is in the caviar, and it is the one that just has the, magnetic snap closure. You open it up. I do have a base shaper in mine. I don't know if you can see that at the bottom there. And that allows it so that I get this gusseted part completely open, which means you can carry a lot more in it. So, you guys are probably familiar with the Walk. It's got this slit pocket up here. Sometimes I put like actual dollar bills in there. It's got this zipper pocket here, which honestly I never use. I also don't really use this slit pocket. It does have this zip pocket, which I absolutely never use, and this actually goes the entire length of the bag back here. It's got, 6 credit card slots on the inside. I generally use those. I'll stick my phone in here, a lipstick in here. Can even sometimes tuck some sunglasses right on top and it will still close. So also has the Mona Lisa pocket on the back. This is just a great bag to especially take on vacation. I know there are lots of other creators out there who say the same thing, because this bag can really easily go from day to night. You can wear it crossbody during the day. It's pretty inconspicuous. It's very, very close to the body. You know, it's fairly thin, but you can fit pretty much everything you need in it. And then you can take it out at night. One of the things I know, a lot of people talk about or show with the walk is you can, basically you wrap it like that. And then when you close it, you have a much shorter shoulder straps, and now it looks great as just a shoulder bag. I do also have one of those like little clip things. Should have brought that with me, which helps like shorten the chain. I use that quite a bit on my minis, but you can use it on here as well. I'm sure there are a million videos out there that can show you the different ways that you can like wrap the chains around, different ways to get different lengths and things like that. I'll let somebody else show you that. I generally do it just the way I just showed you, which is one this way, one that way, and then it makes it a shoulder bag. You obviously can tuck the chains in like this and just carry it as a clutch, which is great. So I really do think that this is the perfect day to night bag. I wouldn't consider this necessarily the perfect day to night bag from like a living situation. I don't know that I would want this to be really like an everyday bag, but for travel purposes, I think it's amazing. So the second thing on my list from Chanel would be a walk. The next item on my list from Chanel would be some kind of tote bag. And that is something from Chanel that I don't own. But if I am going to only have items from Chanel, I do feel like a tote bag is pretty much a necessity in most people's collection. I'm not going to say everybody, but I think for most people, some form of tote is good to have. As I mentioned before, whether it's your diaper bag, whether it's your work bag, whether you use it for travel, to put on top of your rolling suitcase, whatever it is, I think a tote is useful. So for me, I would probably go with the Deauville tote. Now, they've come out with some different sizes in the Deauville tote, so I think, especially from a travel standpoint, I would probably go with the new small version. I'll put some pictures up here, obviously, so you can see different Deauville totes that they've come out with. They come out, I think, pretty much every season now. I could be wrong. It could be one of those that they only do every other season, but I feel like they come out with Deauvilles now every season. I do think they're really, really pretty bags. I do love the fact that they do have the two shorter top handles, and then obviously you've got the chain straps that then are longer that you can just tuck inside if you don't want to use those, but they're great then to do as a shoulder bag. I actually used to have two bags that were dupes for the Chanel Deauville tote. I had a pink one, and I think it was sort of a cream one, and it was from a company that basically did monogrammed type things. For the life of me, I can't remember the name of the company. I had them for several years, definitely well back when I lived in Kansas City. They were really pretty. I really, really liked them. I don't know why. I guess I obviously decided to declutter those before we moved because they were not found in any boxes after I unpacked. So clearly I decided to let those go by the wayside. I don't know if I just didn't think I would have room, or I don't know, but they were really a great bag. So I've had, I guess, experience, I should say, with a Deauville type tote, and I think they're really great. I think they're super functional. So I don't know that I would want to add one, given the collection I have now, because I don't think I have a use for it. But if I only had 5 items and they were only from Chanel, a Deauville tote would definitely be one of them. All right, my last 2 pieces from Chanel that I would choose are both bags that I would consider as an everyday bag, but one of them, this one that I'm going to show you now, is definitely one that I feel could also do double duty in my collection as an evening bag, and that is the Chanel Mini Rectangular. So I have several mini rectangulars in my collection. I have one with a handle. I have some other ones you haven't seen yet. This is the one you guys know that I got fairly recently in September. This is from the, 23. I got it when 23K was just about to launch. So it must have been 23B. So it was a very late arrival to the boutique, but this is in the pearlized black lambskin, and it is the So Black version. As you can see, it's got the black hardware on the CC as well as the black hardware on the chain. I just think that these are the perfect run around everyday bag. It just, you know, obviously has the main compartment in there. There is a slip pocket here and then a zipper pocket, which is zipping over here. I don't generally use those pockets. I pretty much just use the big pocket that's in the middle there, but I can fit all of my essentials in here just fine. You know, a card holder, my sunglasses, my AirPods, my phone. You know, that's about it. That's all I really need. And I just think it is the most beautiful bag. And I love, again, like I said, you can wear a crossbody, and then with those little clips, if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, I can show them in a different video, but they allow you to, like I said, cinch in the chain inside underneath the flap so that then you can shorten. They're chain shorteners, I think is what they're called. I don't know, but it allows you to shorten the chain so you can wear it different ways. So I really think that this bag is absolutely stunning as an evening bag, and so I would shorten the strap so it was more of a shoulder length bag as opposed to a crossbody length. And yeah, I'm a huge fan of the Chanel Mini. The last bag that I would have, or the last item I would have from Chanel, again, I think will be no surprise to you, to those of you who watch my videos, and that is the Chanel 19. I do have several of these bags in my collection, and they are an absolute favorite. I would pick this, like I said, in addition to the rectangular mini, to use as an everyday bag. Now, this is not a bag that I would use to go out to a fancy dinner. I would stick to either the walk or probably more likely the rectangular mini. But this, if I want to carry more things than I can carry in the rectangular mini, is the perfect bag. It's a great size. It's not too big. I think it is really like the Goldilocks size. This is the, I don't know what we're calling it. Are we calling it the small? Are we calling it the medium? I don't know. There's the large and then there's the maxi, but this one I don't think really has a size name. I don't know. It's weird. Anyway, but you know, it does have the infamous, you know, back pocket here, which does have that magnetic closure. Perfect place for your phone. I love the fact that it has the top handle, so if it's sitting next to you and you want to grab it, it's super easy to get. And then it has the long, you know, crossbody strap, or you can wear it as a shoulder bag, either one. And it's got the mixed metal, which I happen to really like. I know some people are not a fan of mixed metal. And then obviously the Chanel 19 is not a bag for you. This particular one is in the reverse hardware, which means that the CC and the top handle are in silver, as opposed to a sort of regular Chanel 19 where this is gold and this is gold. But they all have mixed hardware regardless. It's just what's on the front is what makes it regular or reverse. So yeah, I like I said, I don't know that I can say anything negative about this bag. Mine I've had for a year and a half at least. It has worn extremely well. I see no wear on it whatsoever. I use this bag pretty frequently. It's a really easy grab and go bag for me. So 100% I would have a Chanel 19 in my collection. So those are the 5 items that I would choose from Chanel if I could only have 5 items in my collection and that they were only from Chanel. I hope you enjoyed this episode of 5 on Friday. Let me know what your 5 pieces from Chanel would be if you could only have 5 in your collection. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. It does help the YouTube algorithm. And if you enjoy this kind of content, we'd love to have you here. So click the subscribe button while you're down there and the notification bell. If you haven't had enough of me yet, I will have another video up here for you to watch. And wherever you are, I hope you are having an amazing day or evening. And I'll catch you in the next one. Bye, guys.